Time for another mail day video. Let's see what kind of junk did I get this time, and maybe you'll find something interesting for you too. We'll start in a couple of seconds. Let's check this one. A bunch of Dupont cables. So I have females and female, 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 male, and shorter female, female, and female, male. I was running out of Dupont cables, so I ordered some to have in stock. I have to sort out, I have to get a special box for everything to sort out the lengths, the types, etc. Yeah, these are just the Dupont cables. So let's check the web listing. Of course, the link to this item and all the other items featured in this video will be down in the video description. For some unknown reason to me, this item is no longer possible to order if you are living in Croatia, but I'll nevertheless leave the link there. We have option to order either 10, 20, 30 or 40 centimeters. These are 40 pin. 40 pin doesn't mean actually that it has 40 wires, because each wire has 2 pins on each of the sides. So it's actually 20 cables, and they can be either female to female, male to male, or male to female. Nothing much to say about this item. The cables are okay. The only thing you need to consider when buying those cables actually is if the cables are okay in terms of the connectors. If the male pins will go into the sockets and keep the contact, and same with the female part. There are tons and tons of other shops selling the same item, so yeah, your mileage may vary. I bought this from FND cheap store that has rating of 4.8 in all categories. The price currently for example 10 cm is €1.81, and that's a bit cheaper, but I did order those almost a year ago. Let's jump to the next item. Let's open up this one. We have 3D Jake ecoResin, DOP LCD low odor, ultramarine blue. This is RAL 5002. Shake well before use. We'll have a shake tonight. And one additional thing is Polymaker 3D printing filament. This one is PolyLite ABS, high quality ABS, impact resistant, heat resistant, machinable, printing temperature between 245 to 265 degrees, 30 to 50 millimeters per second is max speed, bed temperature 90 to 100, fan should be off, black 175. And that's the spool. So far, when I was printing, I had a couple of my favorite filaments. Of course, the easiest one to print was eSun. But then again, the eSun isn't perfect, and the qualities of the ABS Plus are lower than the qualities of pure ABS. So I wanted to test something else, so I got PolyLite ABS from Polymaker, and I will be doing some test prints, seeing if it works or not. If it works, I will be adding it to my slicers as one of the types of the ABS that I can print with, which is good thing and also bad thing. I've run out of black filament, so now I have to do first all the calibrations, get everything prepared, so if I need to print something, I can print. But then again, I have a choice of going either Polymaker or eSun or Devil Design, who I no longer use. Do not open from this side. You should open from this side, because this is a resealable bag. All the filaments should be always kept in a bag, sealed with silica gel. I do have big bottle of silica gel, and I also have for each of my filaments special box with Zigbee temperature humidity sensor inside, and also with silica gel in a special box that I printed. So this will get a new home. Actually, I have it near me. Let me show you. So this is my current box. This is leftover filament. As I said, I have a Zigbee temperature humidity sensor here, and this is silica gel. I need to replace the spool. I ran out of filament the last time I was printing, so this one will be going here. Each box has its own number. I think this is 0. This means that this is the first box. So I know that always in the box 0 with multi-material unit, I have black filament. So that's it. I'm trying to find myself, as I said, the future or the next ABA manufacturer that I will be buying further on. And I'm using ABS Plus, but ABS Plus properties are a little bit lower than the normal or standard ABS, so that's why I'm trying this one here. I did previously try Filamentum, but unfortunately I had so much issues with it, so I decided to never again buy anything from Filamentum. Maybe for some of you Filamentum will be a good manufacturer, but for me, for the ABS prints I was doing, I was having so many issues that I just decided to skip it and find another brand. So I went with the PolyLite ABS Black. There are other options here. You can buy either 175mm diameter or 2.85mm in diameter, both in 1 kilogram and 3 kilogram versions. Most of the filaments I buy from 3D Jake. I'm actually using the Croatian store, but since I know that most of you do not know Croatian, I decided to go for the English store. They have a large stock of almost everything you need related to the 3D printing in terms of the supplies, filaments, etc. So that's where I usually buy my stuff. And the next item I got from 3D Jake is this ecoResin Ultramarine Blue. Of course, this is a color option. The type is ecoResin from 3D Jake. I got a bottle of 1000 grams or 1 liter. Actually, it's not 1 liter, it's less than 1 liter because the resin is heavier than the water. You can buy either 500 grams or 1000 grams. I go for 1000 because I'm wasting a lot of resin, but also I'm not printing in resin that much. I have on stock maybe 2 or 3 bottles of different colors and different types. I did try a couple of resins, but for the price, I think the 3D Jake ecoResin or 3D Jake's resins are good enough. There are also other options you can go for 3D Jake stuff. Let me find resin. You have various options. You have those ecoResins, you have color resins, water washable, you have colors for the color resins where you mix and match colors so you get the palette or the color type that you want, etc. The 3D Jake's resins are good in terms of both quality and also the price. Let's open up this package. So these are the 2 chargers, 65 watts. They are the same, USB-A, USB-C and PD 33 watts. If we check here, 9 volts, 7.2 amps, 12 volts, 5.4 amps, 20 volts, 3.25 amps. We have a lot of devices, both watches, phones, some other devices that need recharging via the USB cable or USB-C cable. So I decided to buy 2 additional. I already have a third one, but you cannot see it. It's plugged in. I'm currently charging something on it. I went for the black type. There is also white and yellow one, and you have different plugs for the EU and for the US. They feature 3 ports. One is USB-A, the other 2 are USB-C. I have, for example, a couple of devices that I charge overnight, so I use this one plug to charge multiple devices because I simply didn't have enough wall plugs. So this was for me the best option. The price is only €2.82, but check out the delivery price. You need to have at least €9 of total items in your shopping cart to get a free delivery. Together with those chargers, I usually use the same cables that I've featured, I think, last week, and those are the cables that have a display that show you how many watts the device is pulling from that charger. I do actually need to buy one charger that is at least 100 watts, if not more, to supercharge my Google devices that I have. The shop I bought is this Choice Store. Actually doesn't have, once again, any rating, but as I said, this is not the first charger I bought from them and everything is working perfectly. And yes, one of those chargers is actually used by my daughter. She has iPhone and she has Apple Watch, and she has Apple Buds or whatever they are called. So she's using the same charger to charge her Apple devices. Android, Apple, whatever you go, the chargers are really okay. Let's open up this one. Oh. This is upcoming Sonoff Wi-Fi smart plug, Google Home, Amazon smart ecosystem, of course works with the EV-Link app. Maximum load 4000 watts, it's a strong one. And let's open this plug. This is the manual. And this is the plug itself. It feels really robust. It has a button here. If I would compare it with the Shelly plug, this feels much more solid. We have once again here the code. I again hope that this means that it will be Matter compatible in the future. Let's check the specs here. S60TPF is the model, Wi-Fi smart plug, rating 250 volts, 50-60 hertz, 16 amps, maximum load 4000 watts. Do not connect in series, and German that I will not even try to read. It really feels very solid, premium made device. I think it was just released, or this is just going to be released soon, which is awesome because I also received a couple of other devices in my Christmas bag. Let me take them out. I also received SNZB03P and SNZB04P. These are brand new Zigbee devices, so we have color of the Zigbee here. Wi-Fi color is this one here. And those will be released on 20th of December. And I'm looking forward to play with them. I still haven't pulled the tabs for the battery. I will be doing that later and trying to add them and see if I need to do custom quirks or anything for the support in Zigbee to MQTT or ZHA. But yeah, so we have SNZB04P, SNZB03P, and S60TPF. Wi-Fi plus 2 new Zigbee devices. This is the device that I will not be leaving in my production environment because it's a Wi-Fi device. It's not that I don't like Wi-Fi devices, I have a ton of Wi-Fi devices, but I prefer to have those on open source firmware. I did check this one with the EV-Link and it is working okay. As I said, I like it. I prefer the quality of the build of this device over the Shelly ones, although I have a lot of Shellys. But Shellys, on the other hand, do not need any additional app or hacking or changing the firmware to work out of box with Home Assistant. So while this device, in my opinion, is better because it can handle up to 16 amps or 4000 watts, which Shelly one cannot, Shelly one has a firmware that can be automatically added to the Home Assistant without need to flash something else. And no, I will not be using Tasmota. I don't like Tasmota. I will probably never use Tasmota. I did try it. I prefer either stock firmwares or ESP Home. I'm not sure what kind of chip is used in these ones. I will not be opening this device up. But as I said, it works great, and I still have to tinker with it to see if it currently works or will be in the future working with the iHost. As far as the Home Assistant integration, there are a couple of ways, but we are talking here about devices and the price, and actually the price of these devices is really great. I think it's almost 2 times cheaper than the Shelly one, and in my opinion, the quality of the build of this device is better than the standard Shelly devices. Depending on what kind of ecosystem your smart home is running, if you are using Sonoff ecosystem, for example iHost, or have gateways from the Sonoff, this device is great, especially consider the price of only $10.90. And if you buy 3 of them, you get 15% off. The link to this device will be once again in the video description. There is not much more to say, but there are 2 types of devices. One is type EF and the other one is type G, depending on country where you live. And if you need help to find what type of device you need, there is also a map down here, if I'm not mistaken, where you can see all the countries and what types of the sockets or plugs you need. This is the S60 TPG, these are the countries, S60 TPF for types F and E, these are the countries. Then also you have type A and type B for following countries. I'm not sure if this device in the future will support Matter, I really do hope so. I forgot when I ordered it if it has or if it hasn't got that bottom aluminum plate, but it has. So this is a 400 by 400 millimeter honeycomb. Actually, the laser I'm testing can do more. We have here rubber feet that go underneath it, and aluminum foil underneath is used so that when the laser, if the laser goes beneath this honeycomb, it still cannot prevent or it still cannot damage anything that's below it. So I still have to add feet on this, and then I will be using it with the laser machine I'm currently testing. Let me get those rubber feet here first. 1, 2, counting with bearded thinker. 3 and 4. Okay, let's check the web listing. So far I did videos on Home Assistant, Smart Home, I made videos on NASes, mostly on Synology, then I made videos on the 3D printers, starting with the normal printers, then going to the resin printers, and now I have a new toy, and that toy is a laser printer. While the video is still not out, I didn't want to record anything before I get this honeycomb. So what actually honeycomb is? Honeycomb is a piece of metal that you put under or inside the laser cutter engraver to protect whatever is below the laser cutter or engraver. Even if you put it on a stone, on tiles, or on a wooden desk, if you would be normally burning through the material, you could burn the material that is under the 3D laser cutter. In this case, we have a honeycomb here, and then we also have this aluminum sheet, or I think it's aluminum sheet, to protect whatever is under your cutter. I've used it now for 24 hours. I've printed a couple of things, I laser cut a couple of things, and it's working great. Unfortunately, this one is a bit smaller, it's much smaller actually, than the maximum internal size of the laser cutter, so I'm losing about 10 to 15 centimeters overall, both on left and right, and also up down from this honeycomb, because yeah, that space is not protected with the honeycomb. One additional thing about honeycomb is, for example, if you're cutting with the paper, you can put paper on top, then use magnets to hold that paper, so when the cutter is cutting, you do not get any shifts. The price is currently 55 euros, and it has a free delivery, of course, if you do fall into that category. One thing I would recommend if you're buying this one, just make sure that the size of this honeycomb matches the internal size of your laser cutter engraver. The problem for me was that I wasn't able to find anything suitable for my printer in that size, or laser cutter in that size, that would be delivered in less than 30 days. And since I have to record the video, I had to order this one, which is a bit shorter than I would normally buy. The link to this item will be down in a video description. I've made a post about this package. Actually, I didn't write anything. I just made a post. Oh, I bought something about 5 days ago on my Twitter account. And actually, this is something that I've been looking for over 3 years or 2.5 years. At the time when the COVID started, when I got something, I wanted to do something and I wasn't able to find it anything. Well, let's open it. I don't know if anybody knows what this is. It is actually Agar-agar, or 20 growing medias for bacteria, etc. This is the solution, what it is using. It's colloquially called agar-agar, so you use this to grow something on them to see if and what types of fungi or bacteria or viruses are there. So as you can see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them packed individually. They should be sterile and this should be ready to grow something on. And besides that, I went out today and bought 10 of these, so I can have 10 for whatever I want to record. Then I know what I actually want to record with them. And then I also have 10 of them spare. I will be keeping them on the colder temperature, so not to encourage the growth. I think when you swipe something, edit on this growing media, this whatever it is called, Petri's dish or whatever, it needs to be on the temperature of 37, 38 degrees. I don't know if it's written here, and it will start to grow and blah blah blah. So as I said, yeah, this is a strange one. This is something that most of you probably didn't expect to see on my channel, but this goes all the way back to when the COVID started. I bought something that is used in hair salons or nail salons to sterilize the tools, to see if I would be able to sterilize, for example, mobile phones. You remember when COVID started about sterilization, keeping things, blah, blah, blah. So I bought it and I really had my doubts if this device is working or not. So my idea was back then to use those nutrition plates or medias, agar-agar, to make swipes over the mobile phone, uh, transfer them to this medium, and then let it grow. After that, I would put the mobile phone in this sterilizing unit, leave it there for 1, 2, 3, 5 minutes, take swipes again, and see if the bacteria or viruses were completely removed or if we still have anything living on those mobile phones. Same would be taken from other spots, because I also have yeah, and this is the connection with the smart home. I also have a UV light in a stick, and that one is produced by Shelly. So Shelly released this board that has a couple of UV lights on it, and for that I do know that it is working. So I would test this UV machine that claims to be UV sterilization machine against this known working one and see if any or some viruses, bacteria could be grown in this nutritional medium. That's the whole story. I'm planning to do a video, separate video on them. I have a couple of lights that claim to be UV lights, UVC, UVA, UV whatever. I bought those UV testing strips, which I also showcased in one of my mailbox videos. So I just want to make sure, and as far as I know, those two tests, both these strips and this media to grow bacteria or fungi or whatever on, is the only way to actually test if it's working or not. So yeah, I really want to see your comments. Are you interested to see a video about it or not? Because it will take some time to prepare, to grow everything, to make my fungi, but I will not be eating that fungi. If you would like to see that video, don't forget to leave a comment down in the comment section below. The item currently is selling for the 26 euros and 88 cents, and the shipping for me in Croatia was additional 10 euros. So 37 euros for this. Plus I also bought those swaps, which are sterile, just to be, scientific as much as I can. And this is it for this mail day video. I know it was all over the place, ranging from stuff that you probably didn't expect, and there are a couple of those here, up to stuff that you can or may use in either 3D printing, both the standard printing or the FDM printing, and also the resin printing. Once again, if you do find some kind of gem somewhere, anywhere on the internet, don't forget to leave me a link either here in the video description. If it doesn't work out, you can send me the link on the DM on Twitter, Instagram, or of course on my Discord server. I'm not sure if the next video will be released in 2 weeks. It depends, because I'm going on holidays. Actually, I'm not going anywhere, but I will be on vacation, and I will try to recharge my batteries because they are pretty much running on low. Actually, they are not running. I'm currently plugged in and recording this out of mains power. But once again, before I wrap up the video, I really would like to thank all those wonderful people that are supporting me and that have become YouTube channel members. Thank you all for all of your support. Let's not forget each and every one of you who has watched, liked, subscribed, commented, or shared my videos. I really do appreciate any interactions you have, even the negative comments. I do read them, then I delete them. I'm not kidding, I haven't deleted, I don't think, any comment on this channel. And you can support this channel by either becoming a YouTube channel member, by clicking the join button down below, and for only €2 or $2 per month you can support me. Also, you can go to my merchandise store and get something there. But there is a third option of sending me a super thanks, and as always, I will be super thankful for that. I will be seeing you next time. Until then, bye bye and have fun.